are you guys doing? It's been a long summer. We have missed you so dearly. They're saying how much they missed me too. Hey, we have a great show for you guys tonight. Dr. Dirt, Jason Streubel, the Director of Agriculture for Convoy of Hope, is here. He's very fascinating. We also have the music of Nicole Starr. And we have a wonderful title sponsor, OTC. We love them, we love them, we love them. So we made a video for them. Check it out. Jeff Houghton here at OTC, and today we're going to talk to students, instructors, we're going to talk to everybody about their dreams and how OTC can help them achieve those dreams. Nothing weird's going to happen. What's your name?
I'm Laura.
And what are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you want to be?
Okay, so I want to be an ESL teacher. Right now I am with Ep1, and this is my second year at OTC. I just changed my transfer degree into education degree, so I'm taking my education classes. Everything's going really well, and I'm working for my ESL teaching. That's English as second language. So yeah, my goal here is to do all my education classes, inspiring to become a teacher eventually. So yeah, awesome. OTC is helping me a lot. Yeah.
OTC, you have a dream, we have a plan.
Yeah, we got.
At first I was concerned that that one was taking too long when we shot it. The bunny wasn't coming up, and then I kind of love it that she just says her whole thing. And it's so sincere. And there's a weird bunny. Okay. Anyway, it's time for Things I've Noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah. These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed, yeah.
I've gotten a tablet of a brand I can't name because we don't have them as a sponsor. But now I don't have cards to throw. So at the end, I'm just going to throw my iPad. It's not an iPad. It's a nondescript tablet. All right, these are things I've noticed. I've noticed that a super competitive guy with talent becomes an elite professional athlete. A super competitive guy with no talent becomes an angry driver. Speaking of driving, I've noticed that Glenstone Avenue is the junk drawer of Springfield. It has everything just thrown together with no organization and lots of stray AAA batteries. I've noticed that I will reply to your email in either 3 seconds or 5 weeks, nowhere in between. That's just 100% true. I've noticed that I would like to remind you that whenever you use Axe body spray, you contribute to the hole in the Brozone player. Double wordplay. Ding, ding. I've noticed that if you're an optimist, a really bad hair day can just be a great hat day. And finally, I've noticed that not all who wander are lost. Some are homicidal drifters. All right, that's things I've noticed.
These things I've noticed. These things I've noticed.
Yeah. All right, boy, it's a special treat. Here at the Mystery Hour, we have not one but 2 writers who are pregnant, including my wife. And not just pregnant, very pregnant. And so we have a great opportunity here to hear their perspective on being pregnant. So please welcome Katie Day and Michelle Houghton.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks. Happy to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, boy, you guys look great.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Thank you. I mean, stop. I believe you.
All right, so we want to jump into it. Who's going first?
We do not have anything prepared.
I thought we talked about this.
Hey, you hear that? Sounds like moms could use our help up there.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Maybe we should take it from here.
Let's do it.
All right, coming to you live from the third trimester.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Peanut and the Bean. He's a little bit cranky.
And she's a little bit crawl and roll.
But they're just two humble babies with some
Stories to tell. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
You know, we've been friends for as long as I can remember.
2 peas in a pod.
Brothers from another mother.
Oh, we're mates from across the hall.
You know, sure is good to see all you beautiful people tonight. You know, I just flew in from the maternity ward and boy, are my arms tired. Don't blame us if the joke's to be had. We're still working on our delivery. You know, there's something to be said for living inside another human for 9 months. I just can't say it on TV.
Oh, is it hot in here? Is it just me? I mean, it's 98 degrees all the time. I'd be sweating my glands off if I wasn't floating in my own fluids. Oh.
Hey, real good looking crowd tonight, though. Real good looking crowd. Last time I saw a crowd this good looking is when I was getting checked at the OBGYN. It's like, hey, nice to see you, Doc, but who invited the marching band?
Oh, speaking of good looking,
Yeah?
I just got my sonogram photo taken.
Oh, yeah?
And it ain't pretty.
Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, no, sounds like someone could really use a hashtag sonogram husband.
Oh. Come on, it's cramped in here. I need more leg room. I mean, I'm always kicking. What am I, flying coach?
And do not get me started on the food. It's like, sure, we got all the basic amino acids to form all our organs and whatever, but could it kill them to provide dessert?
Oh, for real. I've been eating the same thing for the last few months. Pea soup.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to be born though, am I right?
I'm not so sure about that. I'm a little worried the doctor's gonna be too pushy. You know, I heard the first thing they do the minute you come out is they slap you on the behind and call you a girl, and it's like, buy me a drink first or whatever.
What do you mean, you's a gal?
What? Are you serious? Boys and girls are different, you know that, right? Didn't you pay attention at your own gender reveal party?
Oh, come on! I've been going through so many changes, it's hard to keep track of. Last month, I didn't even have fingers! Fingers! These, I didn't have them last month.
I got them too.
It's leg room.
Hey, but wait. Well, from what I can tell, I think it's a pretty good time to be a baby. You know, the government seems to be full of them.
Hey!
Right in.
Hey, I thought we said no politics inside here.
I know, but I couldn't help but breach the subject.
Oh. I could smell that garbage joke from a mile away. And I don't even have my olfactory glands yet. Hey!
Oh, yeah, why don't you stop trying to stir up trouble?
Oh, come on. You just really wet the bed with that joke.
Well, you got a face only a mother could love, you know that?
Hey, pick on somebody your own size.
I would, but somebody is above the percentile for his gestational age.
Oh, for crying out loud, quit being such a baby. Hey.
Oh, man. They're really kicking. I think they're excited to be here.
There we go. That's how we did it. We'll be right back with Jason Streubel. That comedy bit brought to you by BRS CPAs and Advisors.
Guest booking provided by Gig Salad.
Additional sponsorship provided by Big Whiskey's, official American restaurant and bar of the Mystery Hour. Welcome back, you scoundrels. Hey, we have a great guest tonight. He's so fascinating, but we also have a great new guest sponsor. Hoopa! The Springfield History Museum. All right. Everything that happens here eventually ends up there. Is not their tagline. Yep. We do have a great guest for you tonight. He is so interesting. I've gotten to know him through hosting some events for Convoy of Hope, and he is the Director of Agriculture. He has a doctorate in soil sciences, and that sounds boring, but it's not. Please put your hands together for Dr. Dirt, Jason Streubel. Welcome.
Thank you.
Do you find that people have lower expectations of how awesome you actually are? Because you're like, what I know about dirt, but it's actually cool. But I'm saying on the surface, people are like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like, really? You studied soil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
What of it?
What of it?
Tell me, okay, so first tell me about your role with Convoy of Hope and what that entails.
Okay, so I get to work for an amazing organization based right here in Springfield, Missouri. And we get to bring hope around the world. And I get to work on the international program side, and I get to work with farmers all around the world to help build their capacity so that ultimately they can feed themselves and their families, and organizations like Convoy don't have to be in that community any longer.
So, yeah. So Convoy, which has great feeding programs.
Yes.
You come in to say, we hope that you won't need our feeding programs anymore because we're going to make you self-sufficient.
Yeah, really, we look at it from an integrated approach. So we know there are times when we have to do an immediate food response, but then we strategically feed inside a school so that we have those kids within that block and that window of opportunity, and then we do interventions throughout all around the area to be able to help that child get healthy.
Yeah.
So that we can do exit strategies. So women's empowerment, agriculture, deworming, vitamin A, folic acid, all the different levels, so that literally we leave the community far better off and sustainable.
Yeah, and so what you do, but I imagine, because Convoy of Hope is in countries in Africa, it's in Philippines, it's in all these varied places, but so the agriculture has to be different in each of those places.
It is, but the cool thing about soil is that soil is soil. And the world has it all over it. And so the fundamental principles that govern how everything works together on how the crops are getting their nutrients and how the microbes are feeding into the system are generally the same. And then we've got agronomy teams on the ground. So those that study crops and soils who are the experts in that area, because every soil type is a little different and they speak into it and they're the ones who do it.
Did everyone see the way he smiled when he started talking about soil? Tell me about a great success story in what you've done.
There's two things that really come to mind success-wise. First one was in Haiti. So 6 years ago, we went into a field in Haiti, and we were able to diagnose that it wasn't a nutrient issue, it wasn't a water issue, but it was a virus in beans.
In beans?
In beans.
Okay.
And so that virus was making it so either the bean could only produce about 25% of what it's supposed to, or they were going to die altogether. And so we were able to work with U.S. Department of Agriculture scientists, the University of Haiti, and we brought in a variety of beans that were already in the country that were virus resistant. And so 5 years in, we've seen bean yields increase over 300%, and literally in that community, and now as it's spreading out towards the nation, the virus is becoming non-existent.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
Right?
Right. And then,
see, I feel like we're teaching people about soil, but also that you can be interesting.
and I appreciate that.
Very interesting.
Because dirt sometimes just makes people gloss over. But
right. But the way you explain it, that's what sold me, is the way you explain it. You're like, it's fascinating. I'm like, maybe it is.
It is. Okay, so you take a handful of soil, there's 50 to 10 to 50 billion different oxygen-breathing microbes in that soil.
Okay.
Literally. And there can be 5,000 different little critters that are crawling around that you may be able to see with the naked eye. And they're all in there working together to get the plants nutrients so they can feed us.
So you're just making it work right, kind of.
Yes, we are finding the best and the most efficient ways possible with the best management practices that are there to help nature work with us and for us.
Did you grow up or work on a farm when you were young?
I was honored to not have to farm to survive.
Yeah.
But I grew up on a cherry orchard. My grandfather had the only cherry orchard on all of the western side of Washington State.
Yeah.
And so I grew up running the orchard. And then I worked at a mink ranch for 10 years that really kind of,
A mink ranch?
Mink, yes. Those furry little creatures that are nice and cuddly.
I've heard of one of those in Las Vegas. Different thing.
No, different. Different.
So, cute, cuddly.
Cute, cuddly, and first day
There's
in,
a ranch.
Yeah,
I can picture that for cattle.
Oh, man. You'd never know it was there because it's, kind of controversial. But you walk in, there's cages, and you think they're so nice. I remember the first day I started to work, I'm like, how can I work here? This is not okay. And this was back in the, late 80s, and you're like, how could I do this? Second day in, I got bit, and I got bit hard, and at that point, everything changed. There's 47 scars on my hands from the babies, and that was like 2 decades ago, and they're still there.
So, yay to soil, boo to mink.
Except for Jerry. I mean, Jerry Marr's Mink Ranch paid for 2 years of college for me, so I will never, ever poo-poo the Mink Ranch.
Poo-poo, okay.
Yeah. That's the other thing I like to study too. So,
manure.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting thing about manure? Because I don't feel like other late night talk shows are talking about it.
I am always the guy who will tell you that when you smell manure, that is a smell of gold. That is free nutrients that your soil needs.
Yeah?
Yeah. And during my PhD, I spread 30,000 gallons of it with a garden hose. So Convoy calls me Dr. Dirt. Washington State had other names. So I'd rather get excited about dirt.
Right. Real quick, tell me about the dragon fruits story in Nicaragua.
So working with our local individuals on the farm and our country directors and our agronomists in Nicaragua, the drought that was hit in California, we knew it was coming to Nicaragua as well. So we were proactively trying to find a drought-resistant cash crop that could give extra income to our farmers that could ultimately allow them to get more income so it goes right back to the family and to helping that kid. We suggested pitaya or dragon fruit. It's a cactus. And cactus grow with very little water in the desert climate.
Right.
And it also can make $30,000 to $40,000 an acre U.S., which is, yeah. So when you go to Hy-Vee here in Springfield and you get a dragon fruit, they're about $8. That can directly go back to a farmer in Central America.
Yeah.
So, okay, nerd. But when you look at how dragon fruit grows, they have a 3-year growth pattern before it can really start to take off. And then they have this thing called the 0 year, day 0 to 365.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get, maybe 10% of harvest.
Yeah.
Our agronomy team doing a massive precision agriculture in a Nicaraguan style, meaning you are regulating everything. You're looking at the temperatures, soil health, everything you can. At day 270, they called me down, and they're like, you need to see this. And at day 270, we were at 70% production. No one in the country had ever seen it, ever. And so now the Nicaraguan government is sending their extension agents to our farms in the field in Nicaragua because it will revolutionize the dragon fruit industry in Nicaragua. And it's because this group of farmers, man, they understood everything you need to know and managed it so well. So huge success. No one in the country got it, but
it's
our
so
farmers
cool.
did.
I told you he'd be interesting. We'll be back with Nicole Starr. He's interesting. This guy.
Guest travel and accommodations provided by Hotel Vandervoort.
Systematic Savings Bank, official bank of the Mystery Hour. Tonight's musical guest is brought to you by Bear Village. Everybody. We have a great musical guest tonight. Here she is, Nicole Starr.
almost every time they talk. Try to get you to subscribe, selling fake love, no one buys. They never tell you their secrets, and in the end they're just waiting to rip you out, tear you apart, get the best of you and make it fade away. But you know better than that. You do not have to accept, 'cause they will probably rip you off. Try to give you a great deal, try to make it seem like it's feeling that it's ours. They only show you the best part, but they've not in love from the start. They never tell you their secrets, and in the end they're just waiting to rip you out, tear you apart, get the best of you and make it fade away. But you know better than that. You do not have to accept, 'cause they will probably rip you. The give is give, the take is take. Love only leaves you in heartbreak. The breach is sink, the weak swim. The sun shines and the rain begins. I miss your world, mixed up lies. Highs and lows, we live and we die. Somewhere hiding deep inside the love we all seem to find. And they'll rip you out, tear you apart, get the best of you and make it fade away. They will probably rip you out, tear you apart, get the best of you and make it fade away. But you know better than that. You do not have to accept, 'cause they will probably rip you off.
That was awesome. Way to go. Stay right here. Come on over, guys. That's our show, everybody. 10% of our box office proceeds tonight go to the Ozarks Food Harvest. We'll see you guys next week.
Big Whiskey is the official caterer of the Mystery Hour.